Hi everyone, my name is Laura, and today I would love to guide you through an exploration of Goddess Pose, Deviasana. You may be familiar with this posture, perhaps it's totally new. It's quite accessible, so I hope that you will enjoy. Let's begin. We can start from mountain pose, a standing posture. And from this steady, tall, standing position, we're actually going to step the feet just as far apart as is comfortable for you. So you can stand sideways on your yoga mat and then begin to step the feet apart. The distance of your feet will really depend on the length of your legs, your balance, and just how much stretching and strengthening you're looking for today. So further apart becomes more activating and a bigger stretch. As you have your feet apart, let's bring them parallel to each other to begin. You might begin to notice your breath. Feel yourself pressing down through the inside and outside edges of the feet, and take a breath in as you open your arms out wide. 5-pointed star pose. As you exhale, bend into the right side knee. Bring your hands palm to palm at your heart. Inhale, arms reach out, push into right foot as you come back to center. Exhale toward the left side. So flowing here, just to warm up, flowing from side to side through a few high side lunges, warming the hips, warming the glutes, the thighs. You can exhale to the side, going only as low as is comfortable for you. And inhale to center. Let's do one more of those from either side. So one more on either side. Good. Come back to center. Pausing in your 5-pointed star. Turn your heels inward now. And begin to sweep your arms out and up toward the sky. As you exhale, draw your hands together and down. Lower through the hips, bend the knees. Inhale, sweep arms out and up toward the sky. Exhale, bending through the knees, hands come to the heart. Taking what we call sun breaths with your arms. You might imagine you're tracing the sun around you, calling that activating energy into your center. As we prepare to settle in to stillness in Goddess Pose. So you can keep flowing and warming for as long as you wish, whatever feels right for you. And just as you are ready, you can pause with your hips low, knees reaching out toward the pinky toe sides of your feet. Notice that your shoulders here, we try our best to stack them over the hips. I'm going to turn sideways just to give you a little visual of that. Sometimes in this pose, we feel like we want to lean forward. Can you imagine that you are leaning against a wall and that the upper and the low back touch? So just visualizing or imagining that in your body. We tilt the pelvis so that the tailbone reaches downward. Pubic bone draws upward, and you might start to sense activation around your pelvis, glutes, thighs warming. Core is activated here to keep this sense of spaciousness through the spine. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can bring your arms into what we call cactus or goddess position. So toward right angles at your sides. The elbows out from the shoulders. Shoulders and arms reaching back slightly. while the crown of the head is reaching up. Your palms may face your body, or you could turn your palms to face up. And you may just be intuitive about that, what calls to you. Now, anytime that you need to, you can take a little break by simply lengthening through your legs. You might even sweep your hands up and then back in toward the heart. Maybe it's just the shoulders, the arms that need a break, and you could bend your knees with your hands in Anjali Mudra. Or perhaps the opposite. You might have legs long with goddess arms. So just know that there's always room to find variation. This posture really is quite a balance of stretching and strengthening. So we really are strengthening through the thighs, glutes, core, even in the low legs and into the feet, the ankles. You might notice a sense of activation into your shoulders and arms. There's a lot happening here, but you're also opening through your chest, your hips, inner thighs. Good. Let's take a break together here, lengthening through the legs. You can once again scoop your hands to your heart. And we'll be exploring a few variations of this posture. My cat broke into the yoga studio. So we'll explore a few variations. And before we do, if you feel the call to practice maybe a more activating option, you might sort of inchworm one of your feet a little bit further away. Or perhaps you're feeling like, whew, that's quite an active posture, maybe more than what you are feeling up for this evening. You can bring your feet closer together. If balance is a concern for you in your practice, if you're feeling like that was a big challenge for your balance, you might lean against a wall as we settle in again. So you can lean up into a wall, and that can be a big support. Okay, so getting ready to try Deviasana, goddess pose again. Another cat has broken into the yoga studio. You might see another fluffier kitty marching by too. Okay, so you might sweep your arms up and take another sun breath, Surya Pranayama, exhaling to lower your hips. You can bring your hands to your heart. Let's come back to goddess arms. Wonderful. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we'll bring the palms and the forearms toward each other. Inhale, reach the arms out and back. Exhale, palms and forearms toward each other. Inhale, arms reach back. And you can keep going with this flow. Know that you can lengthen the legs and stay in the flow. One more time. Beautiful. Inhale, open through the arms. Let's extend the arms and then reach them forward. So another nice variation of this pose is to flip your hands back to back. Cross your right arm over your left. Palms come toward each other. Palms and pads of fingers pressing together. And you can lift your arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms out. Draw them in front, hands back to back. Left arm over right, so the hands are palm to palm now. Press them into each other. You can lift your arms up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sweeping arms out. Let's take the hands all of the way down to the thighs. Fingertips pointing in is what's comfortable for my body, but you can notice what feels best for you. Now we'll begin to fold forward slightly. Keep the spine long. You might imagine your thighs are like shelves here, and you're kind of leaning onto the thighs a little bit. As you exhale, Roll your right shoulder forward and downward like you're dipping it to center. Inhale, reach the shoulder up and back. Come to center. Exhale, left shoulder rolls forward and downward. Inhale, come back to center. You can do that again. So now we're twisting in goddess pose. Just exploring some of the unique options that we can find in this posture. In Deviasana. Good, drawing left shoulder back and down. Let's inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, arms softening to the sides. Like a wide-legged mountain pose. Pausing, breathing here. You might notice that the body temperature is shifting, maybe warming up. Sensing any lingering sort of benefit and effect of the posture. Now we'll try one more variation together. These are just creative ways that you can explore goddess pose. It's a nice place to sort of dance your goddess from, welcoming a sense of creative expression. That's a theme of the second chakra, which this posture connects us with. Svadhisthana chakra. So when you're ready, you can return to goddess pose one more time. And you're always welcome to just observe as well. Returning to your goddess pose. And notice what it feels like to start to press into the ball of your right foot. Maybe you can lift your heel, and it might be more of an energetic lifting. Your heel doesn't have to leave the ground if that's not feeling safe or comfortable. If it's lifted away from the ground, you can lower it back down. And you can try this on the opposite side. Left heel lifting, push through the ball of your foot, the pads of your toes. Moving from side to side. Deep breaths. You might close your eyes if you wish to challenge your balance even more. Or use a wall if you wish to challenge it a little bit less. Now the next time that right heel lifts, you could keep flowing from side to side, or you may try lifting left heel at the same time. So really enhancing the strengthening benefit of goddess pose. Lower right heel, lower left. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, arms sweeping out and down. Turn the feet parallel to each other. And you can either heel toe your feet together, or you might spring off of one of your feet to step your feet back together. Take a moment to settle into Tadasana. Mountain pose. You can scan through the body, perhaps from the ground up. Noticing the reverberation as physical sensation, the reverberation of goddess pose. The resonance in your feet, legs, core, shoulders. Perhaps noticing more subtle sensations in the palms. You might tune into the quality of spaciousness around the hips. welcoming the nourishment for the area of the hips and the sacrum, the nourishment of Deviasana. When you're ready, flutter open through the eyes. Wonderful. And just before we close this video, I'd like to mention that Goddess Pose is a lovely posture to modify and to practice from a chair. If you do feel that standing Goddess Pose is not available from a seat, you can step your feet apart. You can come to Goddess Arms. You can even join in some of those other flows, like lifting one heel, those types of things, from a seated position as well. So I hope that you are feeling really wonderful after enjoying Deviasana and exploring the variations, the way that you can get very playful and creative in the posture. If you have any questions or comments for me, I would love to hear about them below in the comment section of this video. I do post other explorations of other postures as well on my channel. And if you are looking for an opportunity to dive deep into many poses and into each chakra, then I am also a part of an online 200-hour yoga teacher training that is just life-changing, amazing. And I will put a link to more information about that below in case you're interested. And yes, I hope that you are feeling amazing physically, mentally, emotionally after Goddess Pose, energetically, just your whole being. I hope it feels nourished. Thank you so much for joining me today for this exploration of Deviasana. Namaste.